The first moments of the Episode 6 trailer hit with the kind of pressure that tells us trouble is already in motion. We see the city in a colder, harsher light, almost like Chicago itself is warning everyone of what's coming. And right in the middle of that energy is Tommy. The way he moves. The look in his eyes, there's a clear sign that he's carrying the weight of everything that went down in the last episode. He's not reacting anymore. He's preparing. It almost feels like he's reached a point where waiting isn't an option. And every step he takes is one step closer to a line he can't come back from. The trailer hints at a shift in Tommy's strategy. Instead of acting out of anger or impulse, there's a calmness in him that's even more dangerous. It's the kind of calm that comes from knowing that nothing will stand in his way, not rivals. Not old friends. Not even the fallout from the choices he's already made. This version of Tommy is more controlled, but also more willing to burn everything down if it gets him what he wants. And because of that, the tension in every frame feels heavier. We also see small details that say a lot without needing any dialogue. The cuts are quick, but the message is clear. Everyone around Tommy is either preparing for war or trying to avoid becoming part of it. Diamond looks like he's fighting battles on two fronts, one inside his own crew, and another out on the streets. His face carries concern, like he knows the situation is slipping from his hands faster than he can hold it together. And while he understands the danger, there's still a sense that he hasn't fully realized just how deep the problem goes. Meanwhile, Jennard appears in a way that suggests he's not done fighting, even if he's cornered. His body language, the places we see him in, and the look on his face all point to a man trying to rebuild power in the shadows. The trailer doesn't show us everything, but the hints are enough to say he has something planned, something risky, something desperate, something that could flip the board if he pulls it off. Then there are the quick flashes of new and returning faces, each one showing urgency or fear or ambition. The trailer makes it clear that Episode 6 isn't about small moves or quiet moments. Every character seems to be carrying their own pressure, their own secrets, and their own reasons for diving deeper into chaos. That's what makes these opening visuals so strong. They don't just show danger, they show the cost of going forward. One of the most important elements is the tone. The shadows are heavier, the colors are colder, and the camera lingers in a way that tells us something big is coming. The environment feels like another character, one that's pushing these people into choices they can't avoid. The city looks unforgiving, and that energy sets the stage for what Episode 6 is going to bring. Overall, this first section of the trailer isn't about explosions or gunfire. It's about tension. It's about the buildup before everything erupts. It shows us how close everyone is to breaking, how close alliances are to falling apart, and how close Tommy is to crossing yet another line. The trailer doesn't need to say it out loud, we can feel it. Episode 6 is going to push every character into a moment of truth. What really grabs attention in the next part of the trailer is how each character is shown carrying their own battle. Almost like everyone is fighting a different war, but every path somehow leads back to Tommy. The energy shifts from wide city shots to close, tight frames on the faces we know, and this tells us the story is becoming more personal. These moments don't need loud action to feel intense. They work because the characters' emotions are starting to spill through, and the trailer wants us to notice every small change, every look, every sign of pressure building inside them. Tommy's presence stays dominant, but here, we see more layers. There's a brief glance where his expression drops from fierce confidence to a kind of frustrated silence, like he's thinking about who he may have to cut off next. It's the face of someone who knows winning comes with a cost. And he's starting to count the bodies before the fight even begins. What makes it interesting is that the trailer doesn't show him shouting or exploding in anger. Instead, he's steady, cold, and calculated, which makes him even more unpredictable. When Tommy gets quiet, that's when people around him should be worried, because silence from him usually means he's preparing something big. Diamond's scenes tell a different story. His character always tries to maintain balance, but in these shots, balance is slipping fast. There's a moment where he looks over his shoulder with a mix of doubt and realization, like he's finally seeing how many directions the danger is coming from. Diamond isn't just dealing with street pressure, he's struggling to keep his own people in line. The trailer suggests his leadership is being tested harder than ever, and his choices in Episode 6 might decide whether he remains a stabilizing force or becomes another piece in the chaos. Yana, on the other hand, appears sharp, hungry, and tired all at once. This combination makes him one of the most unpredictable characters right now. The trailer shows him in darker indoor spaces, which reflects his mindset, boxed in, cornered, but not ready to quit. There's a shot where he closes his eyes for a split second, and that single moment says more than any dialogue could. It looks like he's planning his comeback, even if he has to risk everything. He moves like a man who knows he's running out of chances. And that desperation can either make him fearless or reckless. Claudia's role in this trailer is short but powerful. She doesn't need many scenes to make an impact. The way she stands, the way she watches people, it all suggests she's playing a long game. She's not reacting. She's plotting. Her eyes don't just show confidence. They show calculation. Claudia has always been someone who works in the background, setting up moves that others don't notice until it's too late. The trailer hints that she may have a hidden plan that will shake the story at the worst possible moment for Tommy. What ties all these character moments together is the tension between ambition and survival. Each person shown is trying to get ahead, protect themselves, or avoid losing everything. But as episode 6 approaches, the line between ambition and danger becomes thinner. The trailer makes it clear that no character is safe, no alliance is guaranteed, and no plan is solid enough to withstand what's coming. Everyone is being pushed toward a breaking point, and the way they handle it will define the rest of the season. These small, almost quiet moments in the trailer might seem simple at first, but they carry the weight of everything the show has been building. This section of the trailer isn't about explosions or fights, it's about shifting loyalty, silent threats, and the heavy sense that someone is about to make a move that changes everything. Each character is standing at the edge of their own cliff, and episode 6 might be the moment when one of them finally falls. The next part of the trailer breaks away from the quiet tension and suddenly throws us into a series of fast, sharp action cuts that change the entire tone. It's like the trailer is telling us, everything you just felt building up, now it's about to hit. These scenes appear in flashes, quick shots of movement, danger, and raw adrenaline. They don't show the full picture, but what they do show is enough to tell us episode 6 is about to push the war in Chicago to a whole new level. The chaos is no longer creeping in, it's knocking down doors. One of the standout moments comes with a sudden cut to a street confrontation. We don't see the full fight, but the trailer gives us just enough to feel the pressure rising. There's a car screeching around a corner, a brief glimpse of someone raising a weapon, and then everything blurs for a split second. These kinds of shots are designed to make the viewer lean in, trying to catch every detail. It's not the action itself that creates the tension, it's the sense that something big is happening just outside the frame. The trailer is teasing danger while refusing to give away the full scene. Another moment shows Tommy moving with a kind of speed and force that tells us he's done waiting. His body language is sharp, focused, and forward. Whether he's chasing someone or being chased isn't clear, and that mystery makes the scene even more gripping. The way he pushes through doors and moves across the screen suggests he has locked onto his target and nothing is going to slow him down. Tommy has always been dangerous in close-range situations, but here, there's a sense of urgency that feels new. He's not fighting just to win. He's fighting because something important is on the line. Diamond also gets his share of action moments, but his scenes carry a different energy. There's a quick shot of him ducking behind cover with a look that mixes frustration and pure survival instinct. It shows a man who didn't want another war but is being dragged deeper into one anyway. Diamond's strength has always been his ability to stay calm under pressure. But here, the pressure is pulling him in every direction. The trailer shows him firing back, defending himself, and stepping into the kind of chaos he hoped to avoid. It suggests that episode 6 might force him to choose between protecting his crew or protecting himself. Jennard's action scenes are blurry, messy, and chaotic, almost like his state of mind. The trailer doesn't show him fighting with control. Instead, he looks like he's reacting to danger coming from all sides. This isn't about him building a new plan, this is about him surviving the consequences of old ones. His scenes feel frantic, which fits where his character is emotionally. Every move he makes seems desperate, like he's trying to stay afloat in a storm that keeps getting stronger. This contrast between Tommy's controlled aggression and Jennard's frantic energy adds another layer to the trailer's story. There's also a group shot that hints at a bigger conflict brewing, multiple people moving at once, different crews preparing for something explosive. The camera angles and pacing suggest a coordinated attack or a major setup that will pull several characters into the same danger at the same time. Even though the trailer doesn't show who fires the first shot, the build-up makes it clear that episode 6 is going to turn rising tension into open combat. These cuts don't show everything, but the way the scenes are arranged tells us that multiple storylines are about to collide in one violent moment. What makes this action section so powerful is not the gunfire or the chases, it's the feeling behind them. Everything happening in these scenes is the result of choices made earlier in the season. The trailer highlights the idea that every character is stepping into a fight they helped create, whether they meant to or not. The action isn't random, it's personal. It's the natural explosion that comes after weeks of built-up pressure, lies, and broken trust. By the end of this sequence, the viewer is left with one message. Episode 6 will not just move the story forward, it will hit like a breaking point. The streets are louder, the danger is clearer, and the characters are more exposed than ever. And the trailer makes sure we understand one thing above all. Once this action starts, none of them can escape the consequences. As the trailer shifts again, the energy becomes heavier, almost suffocating, because now the focus moves away from the action and onto what truly drives this show. Power. Not just the kind of power that comes from guns or threats, but the kind that shapes entire empires. In this section of the trailer, every scene reveals a crack forming in the city's balance. It becomes clear that Episode 6 isn't just about surviving battles, it's about deciding who actually runs Chicago when the smoke clears. This part of the trailer doesn't rush. Instead, it slows down just enough to make the tension feel personal and dangerous. One of the most important moments comes when Tommy stands alone, staring at something off-screen with a look that's hard to read. It isn't anger, it's determination mixed with something deeper. Almost like he finally understands what he has to do. The trailer suggests that Tommy is no longer reacting to problems created by others. He's making a choice to take full control, no matter how many alliances he breaks or enemies he creates along the way. His silence in this moment speaks louder than any dialogue could. It's the silence of someone who has accepted that the only way forward is through absolute domination. And when Tommy reaches that point, it usually means the city is about to change. But Tommy isn't the only one repositioning himself. Diamond's scenes offer a look at a man caught between two impossible paths: loyalty or survival. The community he built, the reputation he fought for, both are slipping from his hands. The trailer shows him arguing with someone we can't fully see, and his face is tight with stress. He knows that every decision he makes now will either save his organization or destroy it completely. Diamond has always been the character trying to make smart choices. But Episode 6 seems ready to punish him for trying to play fair in a world that no longer respects balance. The pressure is closing in from all sides, and the trailer lets us feel that weight. Jenerd's storyline becomes even more intense in this section. He no longer looks like someone trying to rise back up, he looks like someone trying not to be erased. The way he moves, the people he meets, the corners he stands in, it all carries the same message. He is running out of time. Yet, beneath that desperation, there's still fire in him. He isn't done. He refuses to disappear quietly. His path in Episode 6 feels like it's heading toward one big decision that will either redeem him or seal his fate. The trailer doesn't tell us which direction he'll take, but the fear and determination in his eyes suggest he is preparing to gamble everything on one final move. Claudia's role becomes clearer too. Even if her scenes are short, she stands apart from the chaos, watching it unfold with calm interest. She doesn't look frightened or overwhelmed. Instead, she looks like someone who sees opportunity in the chaos. For her, the gang war is not just violence, it's a chance to shift the entire business landscape. These moments show her in elegant, controlled spaces, almost like she's the only one operating from a position of stability. But that stability comes with danger. The trailer hints that she may be making deals or forming alliances that could blindside both Tommy and Diamond. Claudia is the kind of character who can appear harmless until the moment her influence becomes impossible to ignore. And Episode 6 may reveal the full strength of her hidden power. What ties all these pieces together is the sense that everyone is preparing for a major turning point. The power system in Chicago is no longer steady. Every character seems to be standing at the edge of a decision that could either save them or destroy them. The trailer uses shadows, tight framing, and slow camera movements to show that the real danger isn't just the bullets, it's the choices being made in quiet rooms, intense meetings, in moments of fear or pride. Episode 6 is shaping up to be the episode where the hierarchy shifts, where leaders fall and new ones rise. By the end of this power-focused section, the message is clear. This war is no longer about territory or revenge. It's about who gets to shape the future of the city. Control is slipping, alliances are cracking, and every character is fighting to avoid becoming the next casualty in a battle that's bigger than any single person. The trailer shows us that Episode 6 will be the moment when someone steps forward to take control, and someone else loses everything.